Okay, so we're here today at Convocation Breakout to plant a garden is to believe into tomorrow. As I said, this isn't your normal gardening session. This is really about planting seeds and the work that we do here at the college. So I do have a PowerPoint I'm going to share with you and get that started. And I want to do swap. Okay. So you all can see my one slide. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is my thoughts and my ideas, and I'll talk to you about how I want this session to run. I want this to be a safe place where, I don't have any intentions ever of saying anything wrong to offend anybody. I don't have that intention. It's not in me. But I have made mistakes in the past. And I've said something that I didn't intend to be taken a certain way. And certain wonderful people have pointed that out to me. And I mean that. Pointing it out to me to help me understand has been a little bit of my own journey. And I kind of, once I was alerted to that, I kind of picked up on it. When somebody will say something, maybe political or religious or something like that, that's different than how I view, I get that little, ooh, that bugged me. So even though there's no comparison over the two things, I understood it when that happened to me in a very different way, but just one little example. What I'm trying to encourage, and my phone, I'm sorry, keeps going crazy. What I'm trying to do is create a pathway for change that involves all of us. I'm going to talk for the first, two-thirds of this presentation, and at the end, I'm going to hopefully, if I've either sparked something in you to continue the conversation, or you have another idea that I'd like you to share. My spark came from a couple of places. In that this past fall, we heard a student say in the faculty lounge, they don't want to help me because I'm not white, or something along those lines, that we didn't want to help that student because she was Black. And that was so heart-wrenching for me, because that's not how we think, but that's how she thought in that moment. And for whatever reason, I don't know the reason she felt that way, but what I would love to be able to do is to never have that spoken or thought of in any way ever again. So that's my mission, that no student ever feels that way or says it out loud, because it's not the facts. I can't say that all of this came from my ideas alone. I have some great support people here that will talk to me direct, and I love that about them. Lorraine and Bridget and Tara have been great support people for me in trying to help me in this journey and figure out how to make a difference. We've done a lot of things in the background, and I won't go over all those things, Bridget and I, because we've had a few openings for nursing lately. I'm only speaking about nursing because that's what I know, and that's the biggest area where we can make an impact, because we have the biggest curriculum right now. So the mission is that we're talking about is that our faculty and staff resemble our student population. And that was in the teaser for this breakout session too. And here I am with our plants theme. I told you we were going to go there. So, this is timely in that it fits our mission, one of the elements of our mission. So I'm going to be part of that, and I'd like to be part of that. And I need you all to help me with that. So I'm going to talk about what these flowers and bouquets represent after we review this reason. And this is about our college atmosphere. This is about what I think matters in what we do and what we do here. So let's see if I can make this work again. That's every time I do it, I have to click it twice to make it work. Nope. Yeah, here we go.
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month, if not more, just from this app on my phone. And I don't know if you can see this, but it's called On.
Okay, sorry about that. Y'all see it and hear it okay? Can I get somebody to give me a...
When we're laying on our deathbed, you're not going to worry about how much money you had, how much power you had, how much prestige. You're going to see that that was all game, that that was all an illusion. The only thing that's going to matter is the impact you had on other people's lives.
We are all on a separate journey. But the beautiful thing about our life here on this earth is at my funeral, they ain't gonna talk about my success. They're gonna talk about who Nick was and how Nick lived and how Nick loved and encouraged.
Success is incredibly important, but even more important than success is having an impact. It's knowing you haven't walked the planet in vain. It's knowing that because you've been here, you've blessed lives, you've developed people, and you have made the world a better place. The effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. Everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart. And all that will be left of you is what was in your heart. Life is a mirror. And life gives us not what we want. Life gives us who we are. When you were born, you cried while the world rejoiced. Live your life in such a way that when you die, the world cries while you rejoice.
So remember that picture I talked about before we went to that? I think all of us are flowers. Every one of us is this single beautiful rose, and maybe it's a different shape, a different smell, but when you put them all together, how much more beauty there is in the bouquet. So that's what this breakout session is about us all coming together for this flower and our rose, and putting together a bouquet so that we can all work together on making that impact for our students. That's what that picture is about. Again, I'm sticking with my gardening theme. So I asked Glenda to take a look at the statistics of what it really is for the nursing program only in comparison to our students. And just right here, we can see 68% of our students are white, and that means that all the rest are not. And that mirrors the college, all the students. And this was just a snapshot of fall. 66% of all the students this past fall were white, and all the rest were not. So we don't look like that. We know that, but we also know we've done lots of things to try to undo that, and very few, none of them have worked. We do have some diversity in our nursing program, and we did have a little bit, but that's not where we're at. It's not where we need to be. So I thought about this long and hard, and I think Dr. Barna said something to me one day that I'm like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to fix that. But I had an aha moment, and I want to see if you have the same thoughts when I run through the next couple of slides. So I'm just talking about the nursing faculty right now because they're the biggest group that we can talk about, but this really applies to everything in health sciences, honestly. But let me introduce you to this nursing team. The only people you won't see here are me and Becky. Caitlin Lewis, RCC class of 13. Ashley Green Nichols, RCC class of 2016. Carrie Lewis, class of 2005. Araya Williams, 2014. Daniel Minnick, 2019. Half of our adjuncts, RCC class of, RCC grads. Do you see what I see? We grow our own here. We grow our own. That's all the nursing faculty except me and Becky White and some of our adjuncts. So we have to make an investment in our future in the things that we're doing right now. And today is when I'm asking for your help. We have to put our words into action. We cannot just keep talking about this any longer. We have to find some way to apply it. So you have to help me with this because it can't not be us. It has to be the whole bouquet. So what I decided was that multi-steps here. We have a short-term and long-term plan. And today's plan is just to get everybody at RCC on this team and involved in this action plan. In the short term, what I would like is for you to help me, or us, identify diverse nursing faculty or medical people, not faculty, that can come be guest speakers for us, so that our current students see that we value that. We've got to start, and hopefully in the next step is to getting these guest speakers or guest lecturers to come in and talk about topics that matter in our curriculum, or being a nurse or being involved in healthcare, so that our current students see that it matters. And that hopefully we can really entice these speakers to say, oh, I kind of like that being in the classroom. How else can I be involved? Or maybe I want to teach one day. So I have multi-prongs of why I'm doing this. It is creating that culture that we are trying. We are putting our words into actions. Later, I'm going to talk with our current students, and I'm going to plant seeds with and be straight with our diverse students and plant seeds with them to potentially teach for us in the future. That's a different approach. That's not what I'm asking your help on today. I'm asking your help to help me find people that you run across that are your family members, or your doctor's nurse, or anybody that you know of that is of a diverse background, that you can say, hey, RCC nursing program is looking for diversity in their nursing faculty. Would you be willing to come talk to the group about this, so you can help be part of this solution? And put out a lot of ideas of what those guest speakers could talk about. Some of them are straight from our curriculum, and some of them are ideas that would be great for seniors that are graduating, about how to choose a job, what they learned in nursing school. I have this in a handout that I'll print and have available, or you can take a picture of it. It's the contact information. I want you to be thinking about that, to be part of the solution for us and helping me find these people to come talk. We actually have a course this spring that we're going to plant a lot of this in, guest speakers, if we can find them. I'm not talking about next fall. I'm talking about right now. I need your help in identifying some guest speakers. We also have some ideas for reaching out to our alumni, our diverse alumni, to come talk, and we think we're going to have some good momentum there. But you all know professionals. Every one of those faculty that you saw are people that we taught before, or I taught, every one of them. But you have people that you know, and I'm asking for you to be part of that solution. I'm going to end with this ultimate reason little video. While you're watching this, I hope that you are thinking of an idea or a spark or something that came to you that you can share with us. If not now, at least afterwards, if you see me or Becky, and can help us with that. I did it again. Okay.
Actions speak louder than words.
It made me uncomfortable when I was told that I lacked intelligence.
Often I'm the only Latina sitting in a queue, not part of the cleaning staff.
One morning, an email popped up into my inbox. In it, the term whitelist was used in the text. I want to talk to you about a time I felt uncomfortable at that.
See, my colleague was a Black man.
This summer, we went out to protest the murder of George Floyd. And while at the protest, it was very peaceful. At some point, it just kind of took a turn for the worse. And we were all tear gassed. So I showed up to work and then I decided to share it. That was just kind of shut down. And so that really impacted me and changed my life and how I viewed sharing it all.
When people from diverse backgrounds work together with a real sense of inclusion and belonging, they fuel innovation and drive the business success that we need to thrive in the rapidly evolving world.
Giving more people a voice will lead to more opposing views and a slower path to consensus.
You hear me talk about innovation and competing in the marketplace. Now, it turns out that there is a strong correlation between diversity and ability to innovate.
We must develop people strategies to ensure our underrepresented talent, such as women and minorities, are provided equitable opportunities in hiring and career advancement.
We all need to encourage our colleagues to bring their entire self to work, to feel safe, and to have candid conversations, as well as provide flexibility.
It's that commitment that says, if I'm going to make a difference, I'm going to go from point A to point B, I'm going to get there with absolute pure determination. And yes, I know I'm going to make some mistakes, but I will learn from those mistakes, correct them, and then keep going. And if you're not taking action, it's just words.
So our commodity is our students and our community. Oops, I did it again. I want you to help me help these students. I'm gonna get out of here so I can end this. I gotta get to I forgot this push stop on the video. Okay, so the last slide was just your thoughts, any ideas, any additional ways that we can change this. And I mean that when I said this is not the future, this is now. We need help. Like I said, we have some other ideas and ways that we're going to make this happen. I still have openings in the nursing program. So I'm hoping that we can quickly make this change and make this better for our students. I don't ever want to hear that again. They're not helping me because I'm Black. That was heart-wrenching. And that's just one story. Our one student felt there are others. We just can't have that. So I'd like for you to be part of the solution with me. Did anybody have any, I'll stop talking, any thoughts?
So my husband is a frequent flyer at McGuire's Hospital, which is a veterans hospital right here in Richmond. He's there 3 times a week, sometimes more. And I'm also there with him on occasion. They have an extremely diverse nursing staff. He's a dialysis patient, and I've gotten to know many of their nurses, perhaps reaching out to them in administration to see if they have already in place people that go out and talk, because they might even have something already in place because they are so big and they are extremely diverse. So just a suggestion. Excellent. Maybe reach out to them.
Excellent. Next time you're there, could you ask?
I will.
That's great. Thank you. Anybody else?
I say, if we grow our own, wouldn't it be really nice if the faculty could get more, I hate to use the word training, but understand culturally responsive teaching methods, like literally hands-on stuff, because, you know, sometimes we think we're doing the best stuff and we're just not.
Agree.
I think that'd be good for staff as well, Julie, because you know, the way things are phrased on a form, or you know, we have with VASA, which is a program for students that aren't citizens but are residents of Virginia. Some of the forms, the way they're translated into Spanish that come from Chev might not be culturally appropriate or be a good match, or you know, some stuff might not make sense to our students. And I think I know we would benefit as well from more training.
Excellent. Thank you. I guess we're at the end and we have been given the link to go back to the other one. But if you think of it, I know we ran up against time. Think of other ideas or topics, anything that's going to help us. That's what I'm asking of you all here today, is to help us.
We do have a few more minutes. I was just preparing.
Okay.
You can go until 11:55.
Okay, thank you. So thank you. I was thinking we had to run. So any other ideas or thoughts? The president actually told me she had some ideas she was going to talk to me on the side. So I'm grateful for that. But any other thoughts?
Ellen, this is Karen. I always think when you're first putting out your ad, you know, to make sure that your nursing advertisement is going out to minority groups and organizations.
Yes. And I couldn't quite hear what you said, but you said making sure our.
I'm sorry if you can't hear me, but making sure your ads are deliberately going out to minority organizations and groups, and you know, I think that'll help a lot. And as far as sometimes we limit ourselves on who's seeing our advertisements.
And right, and that is something that Bridget and I went to a VCCS has a diversity task force, and they gave some great ideas for how to advertise in diverse populations. And we've done a lot of that, and that's part of the stuff that I said we've done, but hasn't produced anything yet. So we're gonna continue that, but we're also gonna do some other things too, because so far we have gotten zero applicants from these places that we've advertised. So we got to do more.
One of the things that sticks out to me, you know, to your theme of what's our sphere of influence for each of us. You know, I don't know many nurses, and so I definitely don't know any nurses of color that I can think of in our community that I have connections with. But I know either Jeff or Eric Pasola shared how powerful it is on social media to share the RCC posts. So kind of in a similar way, I wonder if each of us, if we have LinkedIn or whether we use Facebook, if we could share to our social network when stuff is posted, because while I might not know someone, I probably know someone who knows someone. And I think that that's powerful in a different way, because I found that candidates often would then say, hey, tell me about RCC. I don't have expertise in what it is to teach in our faculty, but I could tell them about our community.
Right, which is the point of this, is similar to this, is I'm casting a wide net to cast all your all's wide nets so that we can continue this conversation and our efforts to be diverse. I showed you why. I showed you the data, I showed you the videos, and I know if we get everybody involved, we can make a difference in doing this. And that's the point. I've been trying, but I'm a lone wolf, and Bridget has done lots of stuff, but we need a different attack. We need a different plan. and we need to be deliberate so that we're not just giving us words like the video said. We are actually putting our words into action. So anyway, thank you. Good ideas. Anybody else?
I'm not, someone may have mentioned it. I stepped out to go to the restroom. I'm sorry. But I wanted to go back to you mentioning that you grow your own, and maybe ensuring that those postings and things get out to your alumni, because a lot of those students, their parents and aunts and uncles and their families they're following in those footsteps. And so some of them may know people who are also nurses who may be interested. So I think that kind of just, like you said, we root them here, we grow them here, and why not just keep reaching out to them and just following up and saying, hey, these are opportunities, let your folks know if you know anybody. But like I said, someone may have already mentioned it, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, nobody did mention that, so it's a great idea. What we've done in nursing program, we do have Canvas sites that we call the class of graduating class number, but that's limited to if they pick up their RCC email. So we can reach them way past when they leave us if they're looking at their RCC email. So that's been the challenge for me, but certainly creating a stronger alumni group is a good plan for these types of things. So that is a great idea. It's just how do we make sure that they look at their RCC email or are invested in the future. I mean, I ask for people to speak up, to make donations to the Catherine Courtney Fund. That's just a side. Alumni who we've ever given money to, we've given money to a lot of people, and I got silence. I got nothing from them. So that's why I'm casting this net to everybody here to help us continue this work and to branch out further than what our efforts have already done. So
is there a way to gather that data before they leave, like their personal data?
Yes.
Just so that, okay. Because I think that would be at least the place to start.
Yes.
Just to start to create that network, or like, I guess to grow the network, because I feel like if they aren't, because a lot of them aren't, like they leave, we of course in advising, and I know some of the navigators may be able to speak to this, but after the students have left, unless they need something from RCC, they typically aren't checking that email, like whether it's a break or graduation or whatever that is. And so just kind of sowing that seed into them before they leave, like, hey, we want to keep in touch. Hey, like there may be some opportunities in the future or whatever. Let's create this network so that we can stay in touch with you all. I think would be great.
Yes, and you're exactly right. We do create a spreadsheet of their preferred method of contact. And mostly because we're trying to get them to pass their boards and we want to stay in communication with them, but we need to help them understand we want to be able to reach you for other ideas like this.
Before we end, can I please throw something out? I just wonder, what if we flip that idea and kind of address two things at once? Actually, I know that we have students who are in the nursing program because of people in their lives. If we ask our nursing students for suggestions, then A, it indicates to them that this is an interest and something that's important to you. And B, you don't have to worry about whether they've got email. If I'm a nurse because my Aunt Judy's a nurse, right?
Excellent idea.
Flipping that idea.
Yes, wonderful, thank you.
And then from an administrative point of view, would it be possible maybe to actually create an alumni database for all of our alumni? My husband and I are part of our community college alumni that we graduated from. We go in, we update our personal information, we send them money when we can. We're still a part of that community 20, 30 years later, Right. So, maybe that's something to think about, that administration can look into, so we can let all of the alumni know what's going on here at RCC. Many of them have gone on to successful careers, and they may want to assist us because we were the ones that started them on their path.
Right.
So it's just something else to throw out there.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. It is 11:55, and I think we're supposed to go back